Yeah, my mic cut off, so yeah, he took me. I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm not gonna edit that out. So he ended up taking me away from everybody, right? And it was just me and him under the bleachers. And all he said to me was, "You need to call home." And I did this, and then I ended up looking. I was like, and all he did was do that, and it hit me right then and there, real quick. And it was like I knew something. I knew mom. It was mom. I know. And y'all gotta bear with me. A lot of this stuff, I'm just now realizing I still need to process, because even in that moment, I guess seeing her suffer from 12 up until that point of being 17 or so, every situation, every bit of information that came, I just had to eat it, like be numb to it, and blow after blow after blow. I literally remember when I realized what it was. I literally did something like, and instantly just snapped back into shape. From that point, I don't know how I ended up with Major Moultrie, who taught my mother. We real close knit on the island. That's the origins of the island. That's how it used to be. So he taught my mother. He ended up taking me home. And I can't even give myself credit to say that I knew that this what it was, but if you could imagine, the demeanor I had was as if I couldn't cry or I couldn't be sad, because I just realized I got a brother and a sister, and they went to different schools. My brother was at Garrett, and he got home a little later because the bus had to come. So if I'm just finding out, I know they ain't found out yet. And y'all, I don't know what the old man was. I just remember being home and having those quiet moments before my brother got there. And when my granny, I don't know if we were outside or inside, but I remember his scream, the way he reacted to it, and was hugging on my granny. And my bad, bro, I don't mean to tell your story too much, but that, and when my sister got home, who was in elementary school, how she cried. Like I couldn't cry. Like I just had to snap into, like, I don't feel this. And honestly, I grew into a person who had little to no feeling about anything. I tried to mask my, I guess, the hurt, or the what was happening in my life at such a rapid pace. Because you got to think, military kid, you always moving, all this stuff like this, then mom died. I remember talking to one of my teammates. I'm just going to be keeping a buck. Being that way, I remember us being in my room, and he was looking at me, and he was like, "Damn, bro, what you gonna do? Like, what's up?" Checking the pulse, basically. And I remember just looking at him being like, "Oh, I'm straight. We about to get a check. Like, we gonna keep doing." Like, I said that. And I think he looked at me, he was like, "That's your mama." So that's the type of mentality I was in, like just numbed out. I'd have my moments and everything. Like when I'm riding down the road, when she was living and she was sick, she would be in the hospital for weeks at a time, and I would have to visit her or call her. It was always a certain point by the school that I would just call her. And I remember after she passed, it was a few times, or the main time, the first time when that trigger was there, and I reached and picked up my phone, and I had to realize, like, oh, I can't do that no more. So I kind of got distracted and off of my path, basically trying to numb out the things with being popular or, you know, chasing the streets or like being in the streets. I wasn't active. I wasn't doing nothing, but I was flashy, and, you know, I had resources. I had vehicles to drive. I had jobs. I had money. I was young. So I thought that being successful in whatever regard would, you know, would satisfy for that. But it wasn't until all of those securities of your youth was taken away. Oh, I gotta change the microphone, y'all. This one must have ran out of battery. Bear with me. And if this one doesn't turn on, then we are just... So yeah, like I thought that those things would lead me to be all right, essentially. But it wasn't until, you know, I realized I just had a lot of comfort. I had a very comfortable comfort zone, you know, as far as the people I knew, the respect that I got. What I you know, I wasn't no slow leak. I earned a scholarship, played football, did what I had to do through all of that. But it wasn't until I got to college. You know, it hit me certain times, like when I had signing day and it's just me there. Like I'm watching everybody with their moms or dads and it's that. You know how signing day is on it was just me. Maybe things like that, it didn't the value, like it was just going through the motions, right? But it wasn't until college at some point where, like, since I didn't have that structure, like military kid raising, very strict, all of it, like mom looking out for you, telling you what to do, school, the community around you, telling you, guiding you. When I could make decisions on my own, I fell by the wayside in certain terms. Like my first semester, which is your first semester, I had over a 3.7 GPA. Second semester, when I decided I like, essentially this is BS, man. Like, I don't even know what I want to do. Like, I remember telling the lady when she was asking what I wanted to major, and I said if I wasn't playing football or had the opportunity, I probably wouldn't be here, which is some real stuff. So taking out those loans, or, you know, it just didn't make sense to me. And there were other things going on where I just knew, like, man, my mama did everything they told her that she was supposed to do, and she not even here to live it. I decided at that point I was going to trust what was within me, bet on myself, and follow what my heart was asking me to do. No matter how crazy it was, that's what I did. And that's that thing what my heart was pushing me towards was writing raps, writing music.